Good evening. I'm Chris Matthews in Washington. Well, the images tell the story today. A celebration this afternoon in the Rose Garden and anger tonight on the streets of New York. We're following two big stories. The President and House Republicans celebrate the passage with a single vote to spare of a bill to repeal Obamacare today. It still must make it through the Senate, a much harder prospect. But late today, Republicans were bussed down to the White House and gathered in the Rose Garden, cheering President Trump and calling today's vote a major victory. For his part, President Trump called the bill something very, very incredibly well crafted. Let's watch.
I went through 2 years of campaigning, and I'm telling you, no matter where I went, people were suffering so badly with the ravages of Obamacare. As far as I'm concerned, your premiums, they're going to start to come down. We're going to get this passed through the Senate. I feel so confident. This is, make no mistake, this is a repeal and a replace of Obamacare. Make no mistake about it. Coming from a different world and only being a politician for a short period of time, how am I doing? Am I doing okay? I'm president. Hey, I'm president. Can you believe it, right?
President, do you believe it? That's an amazing statement. Anyway, the House passed the so-called American Health Care Act by a vote of 217 to 213. It took 216. They didn't waste any votes on this. And moments afterwards, House Democrats began chanting this warning. This is on the floor of the House to Republicans. Well, the scene there was reminiscent of another tough vote when freshman Congresswoman Marjorie Margolis cast a tie-breaking vote for Bill Clinton's 1993 budget bill. Republicans waved and chanted at her. Well, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi told reporters the American people will now render their verdict on Republicans who voted for this bill.
So today, with heartfelt gratitude.
Can you believe it, right?
They are. We're going to see that work through.
But I want to thank you on behalf of the most critical number.
States directly getting involved, because every meeting we had with members that wanted to get additional.
That's wrong. Anyway, Republican, that was supposed to be Nancy Pelosi. That was, of course, the Republicans in the Rose Garden, more of Trump there. Anyway, Republicans in the House voted today before the Congressional Budget Office had even scored the legislation's cost, which is important. Anyway, and a number of key organizations, including the AARP and the American Medical Association, declared their opposition to the bill that passed today, adding to the challenge, of course, it will face in the Senate. Meanwhile, the president returned to New York City today for the first time since he was inaugurated. We're expecting him to deliver remarks within the hour on the aircraft carrier Intrepid. NBC's Stephanie Goss joins me now from the streets of the West Side near the Intrepid. How's it look up there now, Stephanie? Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Chris, well, the presidential convoy just went into the Intrepid, and this crowd, although not that big, got very, very loud. It has thinned out over the last few hours. We're in the hundreds here, probably started around 1,000. You know, I've been covering a lot of these demonstrations, really starting since the Women's March, the day after inauguration. That day, the people that I spoke with, a lot of them had never been to any kind of protest before. That has changed. There is something of a protester class right now in New York City. Almost every weekend there is some event. I want to introduce you to some people that I met earlier today. This is Christian, Blair, and Dave. Blair, I'm going to start with you. Why did you come out here today?
I've been to several protests, as a lot of us have. Started with the Women's March in Washington. And I absolutely had to be here today because this is the city I've been a resident of for the past 15 years. Grew up in New Jersey, and I live here now. This is a president and an administration who are making a national embarrassment of us.
Let me ask you this. This is the first day that President Trump has come back to New York since the inauguration. Did that have some impact on showing up today?
Absolutely. There was no way to miss it. That's absolutely right.
And let me ask you, Kristen, what motivated you to come out here today?
Well, I feel like we're in a nightmare, living in a nightmare where everyone's rights are getting taken away, and it didn't help that today they passed the ACA repeal. I rely on that very much, and it's the best health care that I've ever had for the least amount of money. So it just...
We heard a number of supporters of the bill come out today and say that the ACA has put a lot of people's health care in jeopardy, that they can't afford it. It is one of these cases where it depends on who you talk to. How does it leave you today, knowing that there's a potential that the ACA could be repealed in the upcoming days?
It's really scary. You just don't know what's going to happen, and you could be bankrupt for getting sick. You just don't know.
Dave, let me ask you quickly, what is the most important issue for you today to be out here?
I'm a father of an 11-year-old daughter, and I just think that this man does not represent anything that has to do with women's rights or women's equality in the world or in America, and my daughter cannot have that happen in her future. So I'm fighting for her.
So, Chris, there's just a smattering of what we've been hearing today and in the last 2 months, really, since the inauguration. Back to you.
Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.